And in this segment, I would like to deliver you some data about cocoa as Indonesia's export commodity. The first data, or the first slide, will be about 5 largest cocoa producer in the world. Let's see. The Côte d'Ivoire, or Coast the Ivory, with a total production of cocoa reaching 2.03 million tons. And then on the second position, we've got Ghana with a total production reaching 0.883 million tons. Indonesia in the third position with a total volume of cocoa reaching 0.659 million tons. And after Indonesia, we got Nigeria and Cameroon. The biggest cocoa producer in the world is Ivory Coast, or Côte d'Ivoire, with the amount of production in 2017 reaching 2.04 million tons, or equal with 30% total world cocoa production. 2/3 of the country's income are obtained from production of cocoa. Some companies like Cadbury and Nestle are using cocoa from this country. Meantime, Indonesia became the only country in the ASEAN region that became one of the biggest cocoa producer. Since started planting cocoa trees in 1980s, the number of Indonesian cocoa production keeps increasing. And how about the trend of Indonesia's cocoa productivity? Let's see the next slide. There was a chaos in determining Indonesia's cocoa production. There was a huge difference in the number of cocoa production data from the Ministry of Agriculture compared to some data from association and another body. Such condition leads to the emergence of difficulties in determining cocoa raw material availability for domestic industries and export market. This condition causes industry facing difficulties to obtain cacao as their industry's raw material. The chaotic cocoa production also caused the emergence of confusions among investors. They need a specific and certain data about cocoa availability as the industrial raw material. And to know how bad the difference in the Indonesia cocoa productivity, let's see the next slide. In 2017, for example, if we see the data from the Ministry of Agriculture, in the year of 2017, the productivity reached 688.3 million tons. But if we see the number from IKI, the number of productivity of cocoa in Indonesia only reached 260.1 million tons. But if we see the data from ICCO, the number of the total production of cocoa in Indonesia reaching 290 million tons. The government can do some steps in cacao data revitalization efforts. As the rice data improvement, the government needs to recalculate cocoa land availability with the latest conditions, accuracy of important lands in production calculation. Second, the Ministry of Agriculture, together with the cacao stakeholders, can manage to do a survey in to cocoa production areas. Even it needs additional fees, but these steps are able to give updated data that affecting policy making. And the third, calculating the production of cocoa seeds using the conversion method. These 3 steps can be implemented simultaneously. As I mentioned before, there are some factors affecting Indonesia's cocoa productivity. What are those? Let's take the next data. These are the main problems of Indonesia's cocoa productivity. The first one is climate change, and then the low productivity of aging cocoa trees, and the plant infections that are caused by plant pests or bugs. Researchers of the Center for Indonesian Policy Studies, or CIPS, Mesita Jorsvina Gloria, said that self-help institutions and private parties need to do more intense field monitoring. The government must have to actively work together with them, discussing national cocoa problems. And hopefully the strategies that so far had been implemented by cocoa stakeholders will soon boosting up Indonesia's cocoa productivity and quality. Stay tuned on Market Headlines, because we'll be right back after the break.